and welcome back to Freakshow's Forgotten Films. I took a few days off there. Life happened, and I am not far along enough yet to have backup videos, so we had to take a few days. Big things were happening in my life. Y'all don't need to know about that. Y'all just here to see me rattle the bones. So let's do it. I'm trying to shape this thing up really good, but there's so many in it that it's very hard to do that. And yes, we're wearing glasses today. I don't know how distracting the glare on them is going to be, but we're wearing the glasses. We have to wear the glasses. I need to see. Alright. Alright. Okay, and today we are going to be watching... Just lay this here. Ooh, shaky shake. Oh, not so bad. Oh, we're going to be watching another foreign film. This one's supposed to be quite fun. We're going to be watching The Host. So I'm going to dig that out right quick. And I will see you when I get back. Okay, and here we are, The Host. This one is another one that I actually picked up for like about $4 at my local dollar store when I was working there. I'm hoping there's subtitles. Subtitles English. Good. Yes. We're going to watch this with the subtitles. We're going to be smart. We're going to watch it with the subtitles. And this is a monster movie from, I believe, Korea, by the looks of it. Yes, it is Korean. And it's supposed to be really, really good. I've never actually watched it. But it's supposed to be really, really, really good. So, I will see you in... I can't see where it's to. I'm wearing glasses and I still can't see. This is great. I'll see you after the movie. And we're back, and that was awesome. I have to start believing people when they tell me that these things are good movies. This was great. This was really, really good. Let's get the ratings out of the way right off the bat. So IMDb gave it a 7.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93% with an audience score of 72%. Personally, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I thought this was great. People kept telling me this movie was good. Nobody told me it was funny. This movie is a laugh. It is also heartbreaking, but it is really funny. So we're going to get into spoilers, as we always do. So let me tell you the premise. If you haven't seen The Host, it's a Korean movie from 2006, okay? There's a family. Now, these names are Korean, so I'm not even going to try and butcher them. So what I'm going to do is say there's an uncle, an aunt, a grandpa, and a dad, and a daughter, okay? So the dad is kind of a deadbeat dad. He's working in a food truck type thing, a roadside food vendor thing, with his father. So this is grandpa. And his daughter works there too, but this guy has like some kind of sleeping disorder or something. He's always sleeping. You think he's a slacker, but it gets explained later on why he has this sleeping disorder, and it's kind of sad. Then we have the uncle, who is an alcoholic. He went to university, but it didn't work out in his favor, so now he's an alcoholic. And we have the aunt, who is an archer, but her problem is she has trouble she's slow. So the timer goes out before she lets go, and she loses the medal. She comes home with bronze. Whatever. Okay, so this is who we're following. We're following the 4 adults and the daughter. Okay, we start off at a morgue of sorts, I guess. Funeral home morgue. Anyway, that's besides the point. It's Herschel. I was just sat there like, is that? Yeah, that's Herschel from The Walking Dead. Now, I kind of fell out of love with The Walking Dead after a few seasons, but the first, say, 3 or 4 seasons, I absolutely loved, and I loved Herschel. Herschel did not deserve what he got. We stan Herschel, okay? And as soon as I seen he was there, I was like, Herschel! And that leads me to the part that not everything is in Korean, so if you watch it with the subtitles, it's actually really easy to watch. It is very easy to watch. So that's great. I watched it in Korean with subtitles on. It was great. Herschel has his assistant dump all this old formaldehyde in down the sink, so it all goes out into the Han River, which is a giant river in Korea, if anybody didn't know that. But it's the Han River, which mutates this fish creature thing. And this thing is great, okay? For 2006, the CGI is not bad. I mean, it looks wet all the time, but of course it does. It's an aquatic creature. It's going to look wet. That's a problem I have with CGI from back then. Everything always looks shiny and wet, but this thing is supposed to be shiny and wet, so it works, okay? It just shows up and just wreaks havoc, and it steals the daughter. It takes her. They all assume she's dead, but she's not, okay? So they quarantine all these people because apparently contact with this creature gives you some kind of a virus. We'll come back to that. So they're quarantining these people, and the dad himself, he actually had the creature's blood splattered onto him. So they take him into like deep quarantine as well as all the family, because they have had contact with him. And that evening, he gets a phone call from his daughter, who's still alive and is in a sewer somewhere. The creature didn't kill her because the creature eats some things, eats some of its victims, but some of them he saves for later, and sometimes they're still alive when he brings them down to his like little lair in the sewer. So she's alive. She's alive in the sewer and trying to get in contact with her dad to come save her. Nobody believes this man because he's such like a slacker. He's portrayed as, well, he is neurodivergent, but he's portrayed as really stupid. And they think he's like crazy because he thinks his daughter is still alive. She is. So the four of them, they escape. They escape to go save the girl. And this is who we're following. So they all have their downside. Like, the grandpa's kind of an enabler. He does not really much of a character, but he do explain that when the dad was a kid, he wasn't much of a father to the son. And the son went hungry a lot, and he thinks that's why the son's brain never fully developed and why he sleeps so much is because of this. And that is a thing that can happen. So, anyway, they are trying to find the daughter during this whole movie. They keep getting caught, and they keep, like, it's just shenanigans, basically. But yet, here's the daughter. We go to her point of view in the sewer, and it's actually kind of terrifying when she's down in the sewer, like, trying to hide from this monster in this little cubby, in this big pit that he keeps spewing bodies into. So you put yourself in the shoes of the little girl, this movie's terrifying. But she's kind of awesome, so. The grandfather ends up getting killed by the monster. And then the dad gets caught, so it's just the aunt and uncle out looking for the daughter now. They eventually figure out where she's to. Again, shenanigans. But they do find out where she's to. However, getting to her is the issue. So, moving right along, we go to, they have the dad now. They have him, and they think he has the virus that has belonged to this creature thing. Now, you think about it, what is this virus everybody's talking about? This creature is a mutation. There's no virus. I can't remember anything about a virus, right? Haha, there is no virus. They can't find traces of the virus. This virus thing is a hoax, and I'm not sure where it started. The man that they originally thought had the virus that was fighting alongside, actually, of the dad at the beginning of the movie, chasing the creature, he dies, and they think it's because of this virus, because he dies in the operating room, but there's no virus. So they're trying to experiment on the dad, who has the virus. They can't find it, and they think it's in his head. That's why he's like this. And they give him anesthetic to knock him out, and it doesn't knock him out. So it works opposite on him, because I guess he has the sleep disorder thing, so it works opposite on him. So they're doing this stuff while he's awake. They're taking biopsies from his neck. Then you see that they're about to drill into his head, and I'm like, what the hell? he's awake, let's not do this, because they think the virus is in his brain, and that's why he's acting like this. That's why he thinks his daughter's still alive. No, his daughter's still alive. Nobody will listen to this man. And the scenes in the hospital just get to me, because nobody will listen to him. And it kills me. And anyway, he escapes again because they're drawing blood from him, and he takes the needle, and he's like, well, if you think there's a virus, do you want the virus? I will stick you with this virus if you don't let me out. He goes out, they're all having a barbecue. Like, I'm telling you, the slapstick in this is on point. Because you don't expect it. But people just fall down randomly and stuff. If you could edit this into a pure comedy very easily. It is beautifully done. The comedy in this movie is perfect. Anyway, the daughter is down in the hole, and there's these two homeless boys that the creature also grabs, and one of them is actually still alive as well. So the two of them are teaming up trying to get out of the hole. She ties all the bodies' shirts and jackets and stuff together, and manages to get like a rope thing, and she tries to escape while the creature's sleeping by running up the creature's back. This is a cool sequence. She runs up the creature's back and starts climbing up, and then she stops and lets go, and she's just hanging there in the air. And that's because this creature has this prehensile tail thing that wraps around her and holds her up. It's a really good sequence. And, lays her back down. And then suddenly the creature wakes up, and they try to jump in, and the creature grabs them. And then the screen goes black. You don't know what happens from here on out. We cut back to the rest of the family trying to find them. Eventually, they all meet up together where the girl's supposed to be. The creature comes out, and you see the girl's arm in the creature's mouth. So, he hasn't eaten her yet. He's bringing her somewhere else, right? For, later. Snacks. These are snacks. I have no other way to explain it. These are snacks. But the military is there shooting at the creature. The dad is running toward it. It's this big action sequence. All the while, they have this biochemical that they're gonna drop. Or not drop, but release. And that is gonna kill the creature, or at least weaken the creature enough to kill it. So, and there's all these protests because this bioweapon is, or whatever it is not safe. So all these people around, there's this big commotion. The creature comes up, and they release the bioweapon, and it weakens the creature. The dad goes over, pulls the girl out who's holding the little boy, and big spoilers, she's dead. She is dead. Yeah. So if they had have believed him in the first place and went after, the girl would have been absolutely fine. They would have rescued this girl. But they did not. So now the girl is dead. All this was pretty much for nothing. But this really works up the dad and aunt and uncle who are still alive. And they go after this creature. And boy, do they go after this creature. They stab it with a sign. The drunken uncle, he has made Molotovs and has taken on this homeless guy that's helping him. He has these Molotovs that he's thrown at the creature, and the homeless man has the gasoline that's in the Molotovs, the more of the gasoline in the jug, and he's tipping it down on the creature, and the creature's covered in gasoline, so he has one Molotov left, and he goes to throw it, and he drops it, and it goes behind him. It's wonderful. But there's Auntie, the archer. She stabs her arrow into the flaming rag from the Molotov and shoots it at the creature, catches it on fire, and then the dad comes out with a signpost and jams it into the creature's mouth. It is a great sequence. It is great. I love this movie so much. And lo and behold, of course, the daughter is dead, but the little boy is still alive. So the dad takes on the little boy, and basically adopts him because the little boy is a homeless orphan. He adopts the little boy, and they're living in the little snack shack on the side of the road. And it's now winter at the end of the movie, and he has the shack next to the Han River where it always been, but he has a gun now in case this creature comes back, or in case there's more, because there's chemicals released in the water that create one creature. how is it not creating more than one? And there's an inkling at the beginning of the movie where they're looking down in the water and they see a creature. These are other characters. This is a man that's actually about to jump off a bridge. But he says, how many tails does that have? Like, what? He's looking down. He's like, do you guys see that? How many tails did that have? And as far as I can tell, the creature we follow only has one tail. It's a big tail that he uses quite well. Some of the acrobatics this creature gets on with is great. This thing is also, it's very goofy, the creature is, but it's kind of cute. It's like a giant tadpole creature with a lot of teeth. But it's kind of cute, but that might just be me. But I think it's kind of adorable. It's kind of a really cute little thing. So yeah, that's Host. And if you haven't seen Host, you need to see Host. If you don't, I don't like to watch foreign films, get over it. Turn on the subtitles. I'm telling you, you will not be sorry you watch this. I don't care what kind of... It's not gory. It's not frightening, like, to me. Like, the scenes in the actual sewer with the girl, when we're following the girl, if you put yourself into this perspective of the girl, it's terrifying. And the scenes in the quarantine place is very gaslighty and kind of gets to me, because gaslighty stuff is like, yeah, I have issues with that. I don't like it. But if you can get past that, this movie is not just a good horror movie, this is a good movie. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go take off, and I recommend this movie to anyone. So I hope you're back again, hopefully on Wednesday. Hopefully this week doesn't go crazy like last week did. Hopefully on Wednesday for another Freakshow's Forgotten Films.